Welcome to Racing to Win. We're about to preview a big 10 race card at Sha Tin for a Sunday afternoon in Hong Kong. And of course, majority of the races this weekend will be on the all-weather track. 6 of the 10 on the dirt, 4 on the turf, the rail in the C+3 position, as of course the main turf is being saved for a week's time for the Hong Kong International Race Day. But we've still got a terrific program to pull to pieces and try and find the winners, haven't we, Tom?
We do. There's some difficult races on the program Sunday at Sha Tin. As you mentioned, 6 on the all-weather, 4 on the turf, 1 down the straight. So only 3 round the bend on the turf. A lot of horses coming out for the first time. A lot of horses also coming out for the second time. So should be a good day of racing. Yeah,
plenty of newcomers on show again, Paul, and just the one jackpot to report.
Yeah, there is. It's a triple trio jackpot of 1.3 million. So expecting a winning unit to get up to about 4 million for the triple trio, races 4, 5 and 6, of course, with the 10 race card. So looking forward to that bit. And as you mentioned, there's 100,000 first starters there, so plenty to get your teeth into.
That's right, yeah, they just keep rolling on, the debutants, whether they're, of course, PPGs or PPs. There are plenty of them around, and we're going to see more and more of them as we progress throughout the season. Let's have a look at the scratching and the information for this card. Now, this was an interesting scratching because this would have been on top for a lot of people, and in the tips definitely. Chater Thunder, race 2, number 7 is out, which is unfortunate. Race 3, number 12, Onyx Cell Star is out, and replaced by the Abraxas, who's got blinkers first time, so he's a real pace influence going into that third. Gracious Rider, scratched from race 6 and replaced by Happy Happy Star, Matthew Poon. Best run from him, last start for a while too, so another interesting inclusion. 4 on the turf, C+3, 6 on the all-weather. Track is expected to be good, and the sunshine again is potentially going to be around, which has been the case for a good 3 or 4 weeks now here in Hong Kong. Ashley Handicap kicks off the program, Class 4, 1400. Here's the lineup. Kaiying Excellent made a reasonable debut. He's got top weight and a wide gate to deal with here. Chater King, Rich and Lucky. Polar Warrior, Invaluable Tongue Tie. Polar Warrior's got blinkers. Kelmimi wins King Dragon. Now, Leap of Faith's had some colic surgery, but he is the debutant here. Sky Darcy ran okay on debut. That was over 1200, now 14. Gala Knight's been disappointing. He's had a lameness issue as well to set him back. And UW Brother carries the bottom weight. Leap of Faith, the newcomer for John Size, by Sebring, and UW Brother are the 2 that have been up at Chun Fa. And how do we see this pace unfolding here, Tom?
A high degree of variance here, Brett, with horses 8, in fact, having their second start, 1 on debut, that being a Leap of Faith. He's got a wide stall for Joe Moreira. Chater King's coming off a 25.5 length beating first up, but he's fresh up from a spell, a new stable, and he does have the hood on for the first time. UW Brothers got speed. United We Stand, Gala Knight just behind them.
King Dance is one of those horses that's only had 1 start. He ran 5th on debut, and I thought he went quite well. Dragon, I should say, King Dragon. He moves nicely here as well in the morning, and no pressure. He's a son of Saberbill, so the step up and trip looks good. Sky Darcy working with Whiskey Neat. Whiskey Neat is another first starter in another race later on. He's already been, he's raced and won a few times, but Sky Darcy goes nicely, and it was a good debut run from him. It was him 88 there. And UW Brother has always been a bit of a morning glory so far. Just hasn't really produced on race day. He's coming off a run on the all-weather, but he continues to work well on the surface, and he works well on the turf as well.
All right, we're going to start at the top with Kaiying Excellent. Now, he was certainly not the best to jump from the gates, but he actually made quite an impression in the latter stages. I thought Invaluable ran a reasonable race here too, and I wouldn't be surprised to see both of them improved dramatically, and I have got both of them in the tips. Yeah,
I've included certainly the top one, and I've got Invaluable somewhere in the mix as well. The Kaiying Excellent, you look at his run home time, 21.91. That was a great run from him. He wasn't the quickest away, settled a long way back from an awkward draw. He's got another awkward draw here, but that was him running through the line. I think Invaluable will improve Paul Ocean Park. He'll appreciate this trip.
Yeah, 1400. I think he's going to be better over further as well once he gets up to a mile plus.
Yeah, Invaluable looked a dour staying type, didn't he? Whereas Kaiying Excellent had the turn of acceleration, so potentially maybe the more interesting one out of those 2. Let's go to another race. Now, you just have to sort of let the winner go on his own here, Simply the Best, and sort of work out the riffraff behind him. And Sky Darcy did do best of the others, with the tongue tie being applied now second up.
Yeah, and up to 1400 looks ideal for him. He's a half to a Brisbane Cup winner as Sky Darcy. and I really like the way he hit the line here, and his track work's been good since, as we showed earlier on. I thought Momentum Happy, he's had a lot more experience in these horses now with 4 starts, not that much more, but a little bit more. So I've got both those to it.
A lot of horses coming out of that race behind Simply the Best. He was very good last time out. Casper's put the tongue tie on. He was a little bit awkward in the early stages, but you had to like the way he closed late.
I actually like the way King Dragon trialled or closed off there. I thought he was a nice son of Sababil going forward. Sha Tin only had the 1 start. That was in Griffin Company back in April. He pulled up with blood in the track. Yeah, he's been back to the trials.
Yeah, and he was with David Ferraris, now Douglas White. Hood goes on for the first time, so maybe they opt to roll the dice and go forward with him. He's led in his most recent barrier trial, pushed out, but I thought he stayed on here okay over the final stages. He's got a massive turnaround, though, on 25.5 lengths, so I think we need to see something more positive this time round from him.
Yeah, happy to watch him.
Yeah, I was a bit the same trials there at the Valley. Now, Leap of Faith, the 3-year-old by Sebring. He has had some colic surgery, as I mentioned, back in April. So he's been here for a while. He's had some setbacks and obviously plenty of time to get himself to the races. And now he eventually has arrived on the 1st of December.
Yeah, 1,097 pounds. He's had 4 trials all up here at Chung Fa. He's been slow away in all 4, actually, but he's shown some good pace since. And this was probably his better one where he came out and won. So there is definitely some ability there.
Yeah, there is. Those slow starts, though, have been a little bit concerning. He hasn't been completely slow. I think the first one he was completely slow, but the recent ones he's sort of just been half a stride.
Moreira rides. He was aboard in that final trial at Chunfa as well, it's worth noting. So I thought that was a point of interest. 10 on top for Paul in the first?
Yeah, I like Sky Darcy. I think he's really improved since start 1 to 2, and his second was very good last time. Kaying excellent with that really good sectional. I think he's going to come into this race. 1,400 metres looks good for him. The first starter, Leap of Faith, will take a chance, and the horse that's had the 4 starts, Momentum Happy, who did run behind Simply the Best in that same race. 10, 1, 8 and 12.
For me, it's a quinella between 1 and 10 here. Kaying Excellent is the one I found on top here. He's at 6.2 and 2.5. Really like the way he ran through the line last start. Sky Darcy's going to be right there. Leap of Faith, he'll have to get away well from gate number 10. He was a $270,000 purchase out of the English sales Leap of Faith. And King Dragon, I didn't mind the way he finished off last time out for Alexi Bedell, who rides for Manfred Mann from gate 2. So 1, 10, 8 and 7.
Yeah, there's a bit to be learnt, no doubt, from the first. I'll go with King Dragon. I think the top is the one to hold out late, but King Dragon for me, race 1.